So the question everybody has is a single overhead cam engine. What is the main difference between dual overhead cam? And the single overhead cam has rocker arms and rocker arm shafts, which that is not on a dual overhead cam engine. So that is the main difference. The most common engine parts using a V6 engine as an example. Now we are using a single overhead camshaft configuration, 24 valves. We're showing you essentially the crankshaft, the flywheel, basically the most important engine components, and we're going to do it. And then one unique thing about a single overhead camshaft is you have rocker arms and rocker arm shafts. Now if you're using a dual overhead cam engine, obviously there'd be 2 camshafts per cylinder bank for a total of 4 camshafts. So one of the easiest ways to tell the difference between SOHC and DOHC is the SOHC has rocker arms, where the DOHC does not have rocker arms. It has 2 camshafts per cylinder bank, whereas the SOHC only has 1 camshaft per cylinder bank. And that's the thing that people are really arguing about right now. Single overhead cam engines versus dual overhead cam engines. Now let's talk about what the main differences are and what the main misconceptions are. Now, a lot of people, when they're describing, let's say, a dual overhead cam, one of the parts that's not even in a dual overhead cam engine is a rocker arm. See, in a single overhead camshaft, you have a single camshaft driving all the cam lobes in the intake and the exhaust, so you need the rocker arms to actuate them. Now, in a 24 valve configuration, this requires a forked rocker arm for the exhaust typically, and then 2 rocker arms for the intake. Now, they sometimes use dual overhead cam pretty much because a lot of people need the variable valve timing to get the gas mileage for the new EPA ratings. So if you're wondering why single overhead cam is sort of becoming extinct, besides a few manufacturers like Honda who still are phasing in all of their vehicles to dual overhead cam, it's mainly because they have to reach these average fuel economy requirements set by the government. So if your vehicles, if you take the entire lineup, they have to average a certain miles per gallon. Now that things are... A great way to learn about how car engines work is to start with the single overhead camshaft engine. Now the 2 camshafts are driven by the crankshaft, and the 2 camshaft gears drive the camshafts. Now on the camshafts are camshaft lobes, which rotate in corresponding time, and they hit rocker arms, which are attached to rocker arm shafts. Now the one difference with a single overhead cam engine is they have rocker arms and rocker arm shafts. A pushrod or overhead valve engine does not have rocker arms, and neither does a dual overhead cam engine.